And the way that you set up this game is that you're going to be setting up a main map by combining 3 cards together, and there's going to be different hexes on the map that you'll be traversing through, with each of them having a different effect. Moving into these locations can cause you to gain or lose health, but the most interesting effect is that they can throw you into a battle. There's going to be 4 different encounter cards on each side of the map, and these are going to be randomly dealt out at the start of the game, and each of them are going to be associated with a specific hex on the main board, and if you visit that hex, then you'll be able to attack that enemy. And the way that you're going to be dishing your damage in this game is by casting spells, and you're going to be starting with 3 basic spell cards at the beginning of the game. Then you'll be matching or combining these spell cards together to create different types of spells as outlined in your spell book. Players do also start the game with a health tracker, as well as 2 special ability cards that are going to be randomly dealt at the beginning of the game. And what's really cool about these ability cards is that they can grant you new spell books with more and different powerful spells, as well as grant you new spell cards that you'll be able to mix together with your existing spell cards in order to create new types of spells. And they can also issue you companions, which are really nice because they can help you in battle, and they can also be discarded to heal up to 8 health. And although you only start with 2 of these at the start of the game, the remaining cards are going to be randomly assigned underneath each of the encounter cards. And when you do defeat one of those encounters, you'll be gaining access to that card, so sometimes it is good to fight these enemies. When you do decide to attack an enemy, you're going to be revealing it and then combining that card with the card that matches its terrain type. Each combination of enemy and terrain type is going to create a different set of stats and a different set of weaknesses and strengths for that specific enemy, which is going to give you a lot of variety from game to game, even if you fight the same enemies. The combat in this game is turn-based, and you're going to be alternating back and forth between you and the enemy, and on your turn you'll be able to shuffle up your deck of spell cards, and then you're going to spend a health to draw 1 card into your hand. You can do this up to 4 times depending on how much you want to push your luck, because of course you are trying to find those spell colors and combinations that will inflict the most damage to the enemy depending on which color of spell the enemy is weak to. You'll then be dealing damage to the enemy depending on what combination of spells you decided to perform, and you'll just be lowering their health on their health tracker according to the damage that you dealt. But this is a really important aspect of the game because you're now going to be moving into the enemy's turn, and they're just going to be dealing damage to you equal to the amount that's associated with their current health. The different health trackers are broken into different segments, with each segment dealing a certain amount of damage. So this means that you're going to want to try and deal enough damage to either kill them and get them completely out of the game, or to put them into a section of their health bar that's going to deal the least damage to you, setting you up for your following turn. And the game continues like this as you move through the different hexes on the main map, attacking different enemies until you reach the final boss, and then you'll have your final epic battle, and if you're able to survive, then you win the game. Otherwise, the world is doomed and falls into turmoil. And if you are interested in this one, you can check it out. I do have links to the campaign in the description below, and you can follow along to get notified.